Hello again, everybody. My name is John D. Healy. I do a podcast. It's called It's Good to Talk, and it sure is good to talk. I always have interesting guests on. Today will be no exception. I got into podcasting because I produced this book, got it published in 2019. My friend Stoney McGurn. It's all his life story from 1941 up until recently. You can get it on Amazon. It's also on audio, and you'll enjoy the book. Buy it there. My sponsors are Liffey Van Lines, moving company here in New York City, and they've been around longer than the New York City Marathon, and the marathon is coming up soon. So get yourself training in. I always give a shout out to Adam Cardona of Elite Healers, specialist in sports massage. You might need Adam after you run the marathon. See, when it comes to moving, let Liffey do the lifting. And I also give a shout out to Paddy McCarthy of the Irish Examiner USA, great newspaper here for all events coming up. And there's lots of events coming up. So with that, I'm going to go to my guest. Samira is her name, and she also has a product like my guest last week, and she's going to explain all about her product because it's a tea, very healthy. So Samira, you're welcome to It's Good to Talk. Tell us, my listeners, a little bit about you, where you're from, and why tea.
John, it's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me. So I'm Samira Sierra. I'm the founder of Samira Sooth. It's an apothecary on a mission to promote radical self-care. And why tea, right? So I have a suite of products. Our staple products are our herbal fruit tea, the cold pressed juices, and our elixirs. We believe that taking the time to really take care of yourself, nourish the body, mind, and spirit allows us to show up as our best selves in all areas of our lives. We are usually, especially like New Yorkers, right? People put themselves on the back burner because they're on the go, 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 but then you experience burnout, and what good is that to anybody? So we story behind that. So I was actually a Peace Corps volunteer and I was a health volunteer, and I met some lifelong friends there. But one of those friends, her name is Yamata St. Germain. She owns a farm, St. Germain Farms in Georgia, and she actually grows all of my herbs and my spices and just want to approach health in the most holistic way possible and source from people who are going things with integrity.
Okay. Sometimes when people like myself in particular, because I don't know everything, I know a little bit about a lot of stuff, not everything about everything. Like people think they think tea from China, like your breakfast tea, but that's a totally different product.
Certainly. So our tea is 100% caffeine free. It's herbal fruit tea. And as I mentioned, I source everything from a Black woman farmer. She lives in Georgia. And I actually dehydrate all of the fruit and herbs and spices myself. So
Okay.
our bases are herbal. So I use mint or some ginger, turmeric, anything that is just grown from the ground. And then we also add to the different blends. Right now we have two blends. We have the mango spice blend, and that has peppermint, dehydrated mango, and cinnamon. And then the zesty strawberry mint blend has dehydrated strawberry, lemon, and spearmint.
Well, I must say they all sound delicious, really delicious. But let's get to the health benefits because there are so many health benefits.
Yeah.
I did a little bit of research, but it's confusing. Like some are good for your skin, your hair, your nails. Mm-hmm. Some have healing properties like for, I guess, blood pressure, especially high blood pressure, stress, anxiety. So talk to me about your teas, where they fall into any of those healing properties that, say, a man or a woman may want a tea just to relax or help them calm down.
So honestly, any herbal tea, especially because it is caffeine free, it aids relaxation.
Okay.
And they are perfect for before bedtime because they help to soothe the system. To get into some functional benefits, spearmint and peppermint are really good for digestion.
Okay.
Like spices, like ginger and turmeric, where I actually have one of our elixirs, which are like shots, and that is pure for anti-inflammatory, right? Like anti-inflammation. And then you also have chamomile, which allows you which really aids relaxation, muscle recovery. There's a span of functional benefits that all of these natural products have. And what's really nice about the cold pressed juices, the elixirs, and the herbal fruit tea is that the functional benefits, because the ingredients are interchangeable, they are also interchangeable. So, for
Okay.
example, if somebody is looking to, let's say, like promote immunity or like boost their immunity, shall I say, but they're not really a fan of tea, they also have the option of exploring the cold pressed juices or
Okay.
like the elixirs. So I have a wonderful machine. It's a good nature machine. And it actually does what it's saying. So a cold press means that there is no heat and it's a two-step process. So the machine will break down all of the ingredients, like should it be like a vegetable or fruit or spice, then it actually presses the ingredients within like a seal. And it's like a 10-minute process, but there is no heat. And what happens is that there's no separation in the juice. So it's just better for the consumer, but
Okay.
also the benefits and like the healing properties of these juices, they don't lose its integrity because of the machinery that I use.
And I'm going to get to that topic too, because I had another gentleman on last week too. Different product, but we talked about sell by date. Like, how long does it last?
Sure. So the herbal fruit teas, they have a really long shelf life because these are dry products, right? I dehydrate everything. So it has a really long shelf product. The cold pressed juices, that has a shelf life of about 7 days. And the elixirs do as well.
Okay. And in terms of your distribution, how can I buy it from you?
Sure. So people can, at the moment, I have a wonderful woman who is working really thoroughly and diligently on the back end to get my website live. But at the moment, what I am doing is I am taking orders on Instagram. My handle is at Samira Soothes, SAMIRASOOTHES.
Okay.
People have the option of either picking up, I can drop off, or I am opening shipment as well.
Okay. And also, I might give a plug now to myself. I have my art gallery up in 270 Ryder Avenue in the Bronx, Mott Haven, and you're going to be up there giving away free samples so people can really enjoy the tea or the pressed juice and say, yes, I like it, or no, I don't like it, or I love it. Ideally, I love it. By the way, I think your name translates into mean you're a very good friend.
Yes.
I don't know if you knew that or not. You probably did know that.
Did. Yes.
Okay, good. You see, I'm checking up on you. Anyways, and why not in a good way? So more about the product. So does it come in a glass bottle, a plastic bottle, or a sachet?
Sure. So I actually have I'm going to show you in a second.
Please do.
So I can show you.
Yeah. Well, while we're doing that, I'm going to ask Jimmy to sing a song. My young friend is going to sing a song for us. He's going to sing a song, and then we'll start, okay?
Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is older, older than the trees, younger than the mountain, blowing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. All my memories gathered round her, miner's lady, stranger to blue water. Dark and dusty, painted on the sky, misty taste of moonshine, teardrops in her eyes. Country roads take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. I hear her voice in the morning.
Jimmy, thank you very much. He's only 13 years old. He's going good. He should take some herbal tea for his voice. I need herbal tea for my voice. So tell me more about the products. Show us what you got.
Wonderful. So this is the tin for the 3-ounce herbal fruit tea. So they come in 2 sizes. It's a 1 ounce and a 3 ounce. And the herbal pressed juices, they come in like a regular 13-ounce bottle. And I sell them in 5 packs. Then the elixirs, they come in shots of 2 ounces, and those could be one-off or 5 packs, or people can customize them as well. But to touch more about the art show in the Bronx, so I'm super excited that you have opened up your space to us for the series of pop-up events. So we're hosting, in collaboration with the Art Show in the Bronx, a series of pop-up events at 270 Ryder Avenue. They are taking place in 2 consecutive weekends, so Saturday and Sunday, October 26th and the 27th, and then the following weekend of November 2nd and November 3rd. The time are from 1 to 6 p.m., and it's going to be filled with all of the amazing art that John has on display currently that are 80 to 90% off. And we'll also have a wide range of local vendors who will be there showcasing their work. It's going to be a great time filled with community and in a vibrant space. Yeah, and Carla Mila is another artist. She's been with me since the beginning, and she does lovely handmade cards as well as beautiful art. Like I see the art behind you too. So Carla Mila and other artists and other vendors. So there'll be a lot of variety as well. But I'm looking forward to tasting and sampling some of the teas and the pressed juices, because I love to try new products and new ideas, and wishing you well, of course, with the success of it and getting the word out. Let's talk a little bit about price, because I always bring this up when I'm promoting anyone's product. Like, say, you mentioned a 13-ounce container, which is about little more than half a pint for my listeners that want to compare measurements. So like a pint is usually 20 ounces, half a pint is 10. So let's call 13 a little more than half a pint. So is a half a pint like $10, or how much is it? It's exactly that, actually. So really? Yes. So the 13-ounce bottle is $10, but I do sell them in 5 packs for $45. So you get a bit of a discount. You get $5 off there. And then I'm also opening up for people who are really adamant about getting their pressed juices. They have a 30-month supply as well, but that's a one-off depending on what kind of juices they want. But the tea, as I mentioned, this is 3 ounces, and this one is $42, and then the 1 ounce is $23. $42 for how many of those containers? This is 3 ounces of tea. So the tea goes in here, and people get 3 ounces, and they get plenty of servings. Yeah, we're talking weight now. It's loose leaf tea, so it's loose. So I also encourage people to have teapots with the infusers inside, or any kind of French press or something. Exactly. You probably don't know, but I used to have my own restaurant in Ireland called Mother Hubbard's, and we were big on serving tea. And Barry's Tea is a famous Irish tea brand, but we also did what's known as loose tea. Mm-hmm. Loose tea is like you're making a teapot and you need strainers. Well, that's what I have. That's what you have. So there's a lot of loose tea left at the end of the day, and I used to recycle it into my garden because I had a garden, and I used it for compost. So the compost was very good for growing things like lettuce or parsley and stuff like that. Just an idea to throw out there. I love that. Yeah, thank you. So let me see what else we've to talk about. I'm glad we clarified the 3 ounces, because that's weight, not fluid ounces. Right. Like when I go to my local bar and they give me 3 pints of Guinness, and then they say the 4th one is a buyback, that means I buy 3, I get 1 free. That's an idea. So you're giving a discount as well on quantity. Yeah, definitely. If you get more bang for your buck if you get the 3 ounce, but some people just enjoy having the 1 ounce, and just giving people. No, I like the idea, and that container you have there is like the tea jar, is it? It's like a metal aluminum. And
Oh,
it has this my logo that's imprinted on
your
it.
logo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. I love your logo too. So that's really clever. I like the marketing. I like the way you do it. My background is marketing. So someone buys that, they keep the 10, and after that, I assume it comes in a package, and they just tip the tea into it.
Exactly. So then that's the whole point of that. Then you get, if you want to buy the fill, and you don't have to get the tin, and then you can reuse the tin as well.
Absolutely. That's good recycling. Well, that's really excellent. And if people are enjoying this podcast, it's good to talk. They can subscribe. It's free to subscribe, and you'll catch up on all my podcasts. I did have Colin Flaherty on last week, and he was talking about his product, which is a hot sauce. And you will meet him. I'll make the introduction there. And in a few weeks, I have another product coming up, which is tequila made in Ireland. Tequila, made in Ireland, made with water. Water, of course, but the source of the water is important. Well, I'll let those people talk about the tequila when they are ready. I'm also reviewing a lot of books. Well, I'll get to those books on another podcast. So let's see, have we covered everything? We covered the distribution, we covered the product, we covered the promotion. We did mention Ryder Avenue. We have your tea and your tea caddy. It's tea caddy. That's what it's called, to put the tea into, and people have it on their shelf. And that's a good idea, because it reminds people then that the tea is in that jar, but you add the water and a strainer, and you enjoy it and you relax. So I'll give you the last word if you have anything to say before I finish in my native language.
Let's see what I want to say. So thank you, John. Thank you, John, for having me. It's been a pleasure to meet you and to collaborate with you, not only here on this podcast, but for the series of pop-up events that we are hosting together. Again, I'm Samira, founder of Samira Soothes, and you can find me on Instagram.
And when people come to the art show and the tea sampling in the Bronx, well, I have giveaways to give away too, like free gifts to give away, like books and things like that, on cookery and on other things and on media and on art and places to go and things to see and things to do. I always sign off in my native language. English is my second language, and the Gaelic language is my first language. So I say Shin Scale. Shin Scale means that's a story. And then August Space Scale, it means, and we will have another story. So with that, I say Slán, which means goodbye. You can wave your hand now. Slán. And Slán Gafol means goodbye until we meet again. And we always bang out on the European National Anthem, which means Ode to Joy. Thank you very much, and I'll see you over the weekend.